Hi everyone, it's Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled When God Changes Plans. I wanted to make this podcast because this year, a lot of you guys, God is going to ask you to pivot or change your life. And it's easy for us to say, hey, I will go wherever God wants me to go. But it's another thing to do that. For me, 10 years ago, I was going to school for event planning. I thought I was going to end up being an interior decorator. 10 years later, God had totally different plans. Now I'm an inspirational speaker, motivational speaker, and I've written books and things like that. And I am nowhere in the industry that I thought I was going to be in. And it's easy for, like I said, people like, oh yeah, I'll go wherever God wants you to go. But then it's going to be a change or an exchange for the life that you once had or what you once knew. I thought God was just going to bless me in that area because everybody was like, this is your calling. This is what you're called to do. And God's like, no, I have other plans for you. And it's easy for other people to say that, but when you actually have to go through it, when God takes everything the life that you had, like the friends and everybody, and then you're basically like in a wilderness. You don't have anyone you can go to because you're the first one that's doing everything. And even if you try to talk to people, they don't understand because they've never been where you're going or what you've been through. So they can't really even give you advice. It is lonely. And I would be a bad person if I didn't give you or basically tell you those things because, like I said, no one told me any of that. It's like, oh yeah, just go with God, and wherever God sends you, then go. But no one tells you about the process. It's not always a great day. You know what I mean? In order for me to give you these videos or these podcasts or inspirations, I have to actually go through these things in order to give them to you. And a lot of times they're not the easiest lessons. There's tears and all those things. And I'm not telling you these things to scare you, but I'm telling you because the life that you may think that you're going to have, you may not have. Those friends that you think you're going to have, God may see something in them. And it's like, no, they can't go with you to the next level. And it may be painful for you. And once again, I'm not trying to scare you. I know this isn't the rosiest or, the most inspirational thing. Like, it's not like a happy message. But I just want you to be aware of what you're getting yourself into. Because like I said, no one was there to tell me that this was going to happen or all these things. And I'm not saying that God isn't with me and he hasn't been there with me the whole process. The whole time God was there. But those lessons, I will tell you from experience, they were painful. And like I said, the encouragement or what I want to give to you guys, and the reason why I want to make this podcast was because God is going to ask some of you guys to change your life. And you may think that you have power or influence in one area, and God's like, I'm not there. I need you to come over here. And will you go where God has called you to go? Even in the Bible, you see about Peter, but he was, at this time, I think he was Simon at the time, and he was a fisherman. And once he had all the abundance of fish or whatever, you imagine he was probably fishing his entire life. And this is all that he knew. And then when he met Jesus and all that stuff happened, he left everything that he was doing and followed God and followed Jesus. So that's the same thing for you. You might be a car salesman or whatever, and you're like, I went to school for this, I did all this, I invested all this time in this, and God is like, all right, cool. Well, I need you to come over here, and I need you to be a musician or something that you never even thought about doing. And it's like, okay. You know what I mean? And you might have to drop your whole profession to be where God needs you to be. So I just want to lay that on your heart, have that for you to think about. Like I said, not to scare you or anything, but also be prepared, because this year God may say it is time for you to pivot and I need you in this area of influence. So be blessed. Always know that you have worth, you have value, you are worthy, worth it, and priceless. Until next time, bye.